guys, welcome to a new Get Rekt gaming news video, and today I have yet again some spicy news. There is a Witcher 1 remake in development. We'll talk all about that exciting news in today's video. I have some updates towards that Neon Prime trademark from Valve. It's a little bit disappointing so far from the info that I have seen. We'll talk about that as well. And Square Enix made a really strange trademark for a new game. We'll talk all about that in today's video. So sit back, relax, enjoy, take a beverage, and let's get on with the news. So first, the most exciting thing I have for today's video is a Witcher 1 remake on Unreal 5 engine that got just announced today as I'm recording this video, which was also the Canis Majora's project. You guys might remember that I made a video not too long ago with a lot of new projects. CD Projekt Red just announced out of the bloom, probably for investors to say like, hey, don't worry about the whole Cyberpunk thing. We'll have more projects in development, and they are probably on a development hiring spree at the moment to get new people on these projects. So let's take a look at the website for this Witcher remake. If you guys know, this is a remake of the first Witcher, which is already a pretty old game at this point. It has a lot of jank to it. So to make a remake on Unreal Engine 5 for the first game, that would be a very good idea. I have been saying this in previous videos long ago that they should remake Witcher 1. I think that's a really good game to remake. Witcher 2 is still new enough to still play on newer consoles, but Witcher 1 is very buggy and it doesn't really control well. So let's take a look at the details here. You see some really cool art of this Witcher remake, which I will put on the screen for you guys to see. We are thrilled to announce that the Witcher remake is being worked on. That's right, the game that started it all, being rebuilt from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. The game is currently in early stages of development at the Polish studio Fool's Theory, where the veteran Witcher series staff are involved. We as CD Projekt Red are providing full creative supervision. The Witcher remake is what you might know by Canis Majora's. So this is a project name that they revealed earlier. I made a video on it as well. This is apparently a single player Witcher game. Now we know that it's basically the remake. It's still early, and we want to ensure that the game is created with the utmost care and attention to detail. Therefore, while we are excited to share the news with you, we want to ask you for patience, as it will be a while until we start talking about this project in detail. That's all we have for now. We basically know what it is and that it's going to be on Unreal Engine 5. The question is, so how much of a remake is this going to be? Are they going to be very faithful to the first game? Are they going to give this a open world touch like The Witcher 3 and remake more aspects? Maybe put more content in it than the first game had? I have a lot of questions, to be honest, with this remake. How is it going to be alongside the new trilogy? Is it going to be more of a linear game? Because then you have two Witcher games that are pretty different from each other, because I don't remember the project name, but the new Witcher trilogy that they are working on, they are going to be like Witcher 3 open world games, like with lots of side quest stuff like that you guys know from The Witcher. So are they going to make that in line with this remake? Is the remake going to have lots of side quests and an open world? Are they going to put more stuff in this original version? I've never played the first game. I've only played the second one and the third one. I don't know how big in scope Witcher 1 is, if it has lots of side quests. I think so, that you can do. This is just a very cool news. I've always wanted a remake for this game specifically, so I'm really happy with this news. And this might be a good stopping gap before we get the new trilogy. And if it's a faithful remake, we might see this game maybe next year, or no, that's maybe a bit too fast, but maybe in 2 years. Next year we're probably going to get the Cyberpunk expansion, and then the year after that we could see this remake, and then maybe the year after that we see finally the first Witcher new game announced, the new trilogy. Maybe it can release in 3 years or 4 years then, and let's this like game serve as a stopping gap in the middle for when the new actual big open world Witcher game is going to come out. So really cool news. If I hear anything more about the Witcher franchise as well as Cyberpunk, I will of course let you guys know. Then I have some news towards Valve's new IP. I talked about it in an earlier video called Neon Prime that was trademarked. Normally I'm not the biggest PC gamer, but I found this interesting because the Half-Life IP is pretty well known. They are good games. Maybe I was hoping it could be Half-Life related or Portal related, but I have some maybe depressing news on that front. This is just a rumor, it can be fake, it's speculation. I'm getting this from a more well-known Valve insider. He knows some stuff, Tyler. So let's take a look at his Twitter page because he has information on this Neon Prime game. Valve Software's indie dev game Neon Prime is likely a Dota adjacent sci-fi game made by IceFrog, taking place in other dimensions such as the Continuum or the moons of Ultoria. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names because I'm not familiar with the Dota lore in any way. It is likely not a FPS and obviously unrelated to Half-Life Citadel, Valve's other indie dev game, or I think this he means with this in development game. So okay, this is a Dota game, as in it's set in the Dota universe. It is likely not a FPS, unrelated to Half-Life Citadel. So apparently there is a Half-Life project. Luckily, in development, it's called Half-Life Citadel. I didn't know this even before making this video. But this new Neon Prime game is Dota related, which is a bit disappointed. I'm not the biggest Dota fan. If there are Dota fans in my community on YouTube here, you guys might be interested in this, but I am not. Maybe if it's like a single player game for the Dota universe in some way, that would be interesting, but for now it's a bit disappointing that it's not Half-Life or Portal, like some of these actual older franchises that a lot of fans from Valve want to see return again. So that's pretty disappointing. If I have more updates towards this Neon Prime game, if it might be like a single player experience in the Dota universe, I will let you guys know for sure. Or if there is any news on Half-Life, of course, or Portal, I will also let you guys know. And then the last thing that I want to talk about for this video is a new trademark Square Enix basically made not too long ago. And Wario64 on Twitter, a really cool dude, he most of the time tweets about gaming deals, stuff like that, but he also sometimes finds some news. And apparently Square Enix trademarked a game called Symbiogenesis. Now I have an article from Gematsu that I want to go over that has more information on this game. Square Enix trademarks Symbiogenesis in Japan. Bandai Namco trademarks Dream Match. Square Enix filed a trademark for Symbiogenesis on October 13th in Japan, which was made public today. Additionally, Bandai Namco filed a trademark for Dream March on October 14th. Symbiogenesis, according to the wiki, page is the merging of two separate organisms to form a new single organism. It is the basis for the story of Parasite Eve, which first began as a novel in 1995 before expanding into a video game series developed by Square Enix in 1998. As far as Dream Match, Bandai Namco previously released a iOS Android game called Famista Dream Match, which ended service on June 23rd, 2016. The new trademark could be related to that or something new entirely. So there are rumors that this trademark, Symbiogenesis, is related to a new Parasite Eve game, which is indeed a horror franchise from Square Enix, from what I know. I think it's something like the Resident Evil of Square Enix. I've never played these games, so that's a pretty interesting thing that they want to bring this franchise, which is pretty old at this point, back. I think Square Enix would like to diversify their portfolio of games and not just be known for only JRPGs, which I love them for, of course. I love my Final Fantasies, my Kingdom Hearts, my Dragon Quest, even the new Octopath Traveler that they're developing exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. Great stuff, all. But to have something different and a different genre for them would be probably a smart move, especially because of the fact that horror seems to be on the rise again, the horror genre in the video game industry. You have now the return of Dead Space, the Callisto Protocol, the original developer of Dead Space doing their own IP. It looks really cool. Yeah, with the rise now of Resident Evil, you see how successful the franchise is becoming now. We have the remake of Resident Evil 4, which I'm also hyped for, in March. A lot of new fans got into Resident Evil as well because of the newer games, Resident Evil 7 and Village. I am actually one of these fans myself, so I think Square Enix sees this success and they are like, yeah, we want to have our own horror franchise. We have one, Parasite Eve. Let's look at that. Of course, the new engines like Unreal, you can do a lot of cool stuff with horror games now. So it only makes sense, to be honest, with the rise of some of the hype behind these new horror games that are coming out. So Square Enix basically jumping on that bandwagon is not weird to me at all. If I have any updates towards this Symbiogenesis trademark, if it is indeed related to Parasite Eve, I will of course let you guys know. There have been a lot of announcements the last few days. So I have been away from YouTube. As you guys noticed, I haven't uploaded in a few days. That is because I've been helping my family with some private stuff on a lot of work, and I just did not have the time to upload. A lot of stuff has happened. We got reviews for Bayonetta 3, they look very cool. There is an update towards the whole situation. I don't know if I made a video on it, the voice acting situation. Helena Taylor basically lied. Jason Schreier came into this fight and he brought out an article and said, yeah, 15,000, that's actually what she was offered. So the whole drama was overblown. We got the new Silent Hill games. I don't know if I should make a video for that on its own to discuss all the new Silent Hill stuff. We got the remake announced, which looks amazing. I made videos on it, keep that in mind. I was one of the first one to report on those games. Silent Hill 2 and a new Silent Hill game, Silent Hill F, I think it's called. It looks amazing. Yeah, a lot of news has dropped when I was away. God of War previews are out. They are very positive. Really cool stuff in the gaming industry. And there's also a new Final Fantasy 16 trailer. So I've been pretty happy these past few days. Now I'm back to making videos for you guys. So Let me know in the comment section down below maybe what you want to see in the next few videos. Thank you guys for watching as always. I don't have a camera now with me, so you have to do it with my voice. I'm sorry for that. You cannot see my face at the moment. I have just some gameplay now properly in the background. Thank you guys as always for watching. Like this video, that would be amazing. Subscribe, that would be amazing. And visit my social media in the description down below. What is your opinion, guys, on the Symbiosis trademark? Symbion Genesis, I mean, from Square Enix. Do you guys think it is related to Parasite Eve? Are you guys excited for this Witcher remake? That is probably the most important thing of this video. Let me guys know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next Get Rekt Gaming News video. Bye bye.